This is Kevin Smith. I'm with Crescat Capital, and I'm here with Rory Quinn, who is the CEO of Yukon Metals, a company that Crescat has invested in. We got in pre-IPO, actually. They've recently gone public. And Rory, can you just tell us a little bit about the basic story for the average person who hasn't heard it yet?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Kevin. So we, as a basic point of reference, I think for most people here, we are the fruit of 30 years of prospecting by the Birdall family. The Birdall family have a massive portfolio of very high quality assets in the Yukon. The primary gold assets were floated as Snowline, which of course have been unbelievably successful over the last 3
Our investors are familiar with Snowline. Of course, that's, Crescat got into Snowline pre-IPO as well, and big gold discovery in the Yukon, and it's the same family, the Birdall family that he's talking about, that owns these properties and put together this news story to explore for other. Well, they say the non-gold assets, but you guys have gold too, right?
That's it. I mean, we were certainly a different story than Snowline, and it's copper, gold, and silver, lead, zinc primarily. But in our first, what we're seeing is really high grades of gold and silver, right? So we at a silver, lead, zinc asset, we're seeing 10,000 grams per ton silver, which is 4 ounces of gold equivalent. And
this is like a giant silver nugget that these guys just found. Yeah. So they're not drilling or anything yet. They're just doing early exploratory work. Quentin, our geologic and technical director, didn't even want them to drill. Yet there's so much, work that they need to do, to identify these targets before they start drilling. But
that's right.
But you guys tell us more about what you found.
Well, yeah, no, that's in Quentin's been so supportive and with his advice and counsel as well. And so, yeah, I mean, he just wanted to make sure that we went about everything the right way and did all the targeting and were responsible with shareholders' money, shareholders like yourself and others. So yeah, what we found is not only this huge amount of silver, and we're finding this all over the place. The rocks that we've just shown you, right, and that are so high in silver, we're seeing those across the property, and then we have other rocks in the same property that are intersecting with galena, which houses the silver, and then we have arsenopyrite where the gold's associated with the arsenic, as often happens, and so we have having both of these types of rocks. So we're seeing 6.9 grams per ton gold, 10,000. It's actually over 10,000 grams per ton. It's stuck in over limit assay at the lab. So
over 10,000 grams per ton silver, right?
Silver, and then good numbers for zinc and copper as well. So just, I mean, Yukon Metals.
And these results are out in their recent news release, which everyone should go and check out, because my compliance officer won't let me say these are huge nuggets without being able to back it up. Well, go look at the news release.
Yes, thanks, Owen. Yeah, so we put that news out on September the 10th to begin this conference, and the week before we put news out on Birch, which we're equally excited about. It's not as flashy, and we're not seeing big nuggets there, but we did a soil grid there, and so we found nearly 0.99 grams per ton to be exact. Gold up to 0.99 grams per ton gold across 1,400 meters, big footprint, and over 0.2% copper in soils. That's damn near mineable in soil, right? And so we're not even getting down to the bedrock. So doing all of this work, we'll do IP on top of all of this, the soil sampling, and then really at Birch we'll do some geological mapping, and some more sampling, but there's darn near nothing much else we can do bar drill that. And so we'll be assessing all of the data that we have, the IP, and then we'll be coming to the market with a robust rationale for a sizable drill program at Birch. We'd probably be drilling it next month if it wasn't in the Yukon, right? If it wasn't for the seasonality. And so we'll do that, and then at Star, We are seeing all of these samples. We've only put out 41 of 214 samples, so we're going to have so many more of, I expect, high-grade rocks from multiple areas.
More news coming then. Yeah.
Lots more news
Yeah.
coming. Lots more news coming. And then what we'll do there, we've already done our electromagnetic work. We've got gravity, doing gravity now. So we're going to have so much data to interpret. So we'll do that. We'll build a drill program. We'll demonstrate to the market why we have such a robust rationale for a substantial drilling program. We'll budget it. We'll come to the market with the use of proceeds. We'll raise at a higher price, and we're just going to drill the heck out of both of these properties.
Mm-hmm. Great. So they've identified 2 key target areas already for drilling next season. Right? It'll be next season.
It will be May. It's the season. I mean, that's with the Yukon.
May's coming up pretty fast. So.
Obviously, that you guys know so much about. We'll have a large tail of news, and then we'll be coming out with what we intend to do next. But that's why in the Yukon you see the kind of prospectivity you do. It's because you don't see these kind of multiple outcroppings and metal right at surface anywhere else in the world. It's gone, right? If it's in Nevada, Arizona, even Ontario, like. This does not exist. I've spent 20 years in this business, and I've never seen you take a helicopter ride, you get out of the helicopter, and there's metal at surface, right? So that stuff's just gone almost everywhere else.
Well, that's why we're very excited about the Yukon. I think we're invested in about 6 different names in the Yukon, and the region is one of the most exciting areas for friendly jurisdiction, friendly mining jurisdiction. Yes, there was the Victoria heap leach incident that was a little bit of a setback for the area. We're not invested in Victoria, but it was an opportunity for us to increase our investments in a number of the other Yukon stories that were sold off because of this heap leach failure at Victoria, but as the Yukon government itself put out a statement, mining is not going to stop in the Yukon. It's their number one industry, and so this is an opportunity, I think, to be involved in a lot of different stories. And anyway. Are there any other comments that you want to leave the audience with here about Yukon Metals?
Yeah, I think what I would say is we have a fabulous investment group. When we were able to raise $15 million, provided $2 million to the Birdall family as part of the transaction, and there was about $1 million spent in closing the deal, lawyers' fees, financial fees, and some G&A. So we started out the season with $12 million. We have $10 million now as we sit here. So we've been very responsible with shareholders' money. We're not in a position where we need to access the capital markets. But like I said, I think in the new year, we're going to have put all these bullets out there into the market, news-wise, and we'll be in an excellent position to top up. I want to spend a heck of a lot more than $10 million next season.
Great. So they have big ambitions, a lot of money in the treasury right now for next season, and they'll be raising more money, no doubt, in the future. This is a story that we're very excited about at Crescat. Happy to be shareholders, and really excited that we're able to get in pre-IPO in this story, like we did with Snowline. And the Birdall family are significant shareholders as well, right? And your background, Rory, you were with Silver Wheaton, right, for a number of years?
That's right. I've spent most of my career in junior mining, but except for 7 years at Wheaton, and then now back in the junior space. And that's part of what interested me about this portfolio, is because about 90% probably of Wheaton's portfolio, right, a $30 billion company, most of their revenue is from copper, gold, and silver, lead, zinc mines, and just so the kind of wealth that can be created from byproduct gold and silver as part of base metal operations is massive, and generally these copper, gold, and silver, lead, zinc projects are much bigger than primary gold or primary silver projects. And so Yeah, and then you can have like medium grades in base metals, but then if you've got these high grade byproduct, gold and silver, that makes the difference between a project.
The precious
being
metals
economic or not.
credits are nice, aren't they?
Absolutely. It can make it, like I said, something can be a project.
The world needs copper, the world needs silver and zinc, but when they come with gold and gold credits as well, that's pretty nice.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Rory, thank you for
Thanks for having me.
talking with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.